Hello and welcome to today's session on Who Am I? Might sound a little bit twee, who am I and how am I? But when was the last time you actually checked in and asked yourself that question? Was it today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year? Can you remember? The thing is, we need to know when we're dealing with anxiety, we need to know what is us and what are the anxious symptoms, so we can separate them out. It also gives you the building blocks to work on the rest of the program and will help to build your self-esteem. So this is quite an intensive beginning to this program. You'll need to write quite a lot of notes down. However, it will really make a difference for your future and for your understanding of yourself. Anxiety. So what is it? Anxious thoughts. What are they? Well, anxious thoughts are what come up due to fear or something we've heard or core belief we have about ourselves or some trigger or another. Anxiety continues because very often we allow the thoughts to get carried away. If we have a thought that's negative, it could lead to a negative emotion or feeling. If we have a negative emotion or feeling, it can lead us to feel and act in a way that's also negative. We may have negative behaviours or be withdrawn, for example, and that will lead us back to having negative thoughts again. Therefore, to take back control of our thoughts and the processes that we go through will help us to combat anxiety. So in knowing who we are, what our strengths are, what our limitations are, is really an important factor in overcoming our negative thoughts or our anxiety in itself. If we get to know ourselves, we can be at peace with ourselves and at peace with those around us. We can better handle the situations that we find ourselves in or the thought processes that we go through. And that is why we need to look at this in great detail. Let's face it, if we do not like ourselves, we're not in a very great position. So it's important that we have a good relationship with ourselves, know who we are and be okay with that. Many people try to escape themselves by changing jobs, changing where they live, changing friends, etc. But the thing is, you will always be carrying yourself with you. You cannot avoid yourself in the sense that you are the constant. So first of all, I want to look at what are my needs. Do you know what your needs are? Now, we have basic needs, which are things like shelter, warmth, food, water, security. But what are your actual individual needs? That's what we'll look at first. So think about these topics. What do I need in my relationships? What do I need within myself? What do I need in order to have purpose in life? In order to make ourselves get out of bed in the morning, we need purpose. What do I need from work? As a parent, as a caregiver, as a friend, what do I need? And what do I need in my pastimes and personal life and hobbies? Importantly, are my needs met? If so, are they met by you or someone else? Do you rely on anyone else to meet your needs? Because it's important that you can fulfill your needs yourself so that you don't need another person to do it, but it's very nice when they do. Pause the video and have a think about your needs. Jot some notes down. Think about what roles do I play, and Do I process between my roles? So we might be in work mode 1 minute. We might be a mum the next minute, or a father. We might be seeing a friend, so we're in that role. We may be a brother, a carer, an employee. So when we are going from one role to the other, are we allowing enough time to process from one to the next? Or are we crashing around, trying to be everything all at once and having no time in between? So look at the roles that you play in life and whether you take time in between them and what those roles mean to you. This is another one that I would like you to particularly write some notes down about. What is important to me? So what do I stand for? Do I have any particular ethics, such as being vegetarian or law-abiding or helping others? What do I stand for? And what is important to me? Make a few notes. Then we want to look at, am I more introvert or extrovert? Are you introvert or extrovert, or somewhere along the lines somewhere? Are you someone who likes to stay indoors, or do you like to go out socialising? Do you have a balanced point of view? Are you somewhere down the middle? Are you quite loud, or are you more quiet? Who do you like to hang around with? Who are your friends? Are they louder, more quiet? What do you like doing? Are you more sociable, or do you like your own company more? And do you like the word hibernate? Knowing where we are when we're talking about being introvert or extrovert, it's the absolute core of us. And we do not need to change that part because that is our core personality. I've had clients coming to me saying, I wish I was more loud, I wish I could dance on the table like my friend, but they're an introverted person, so why would they want to expect that they would do that? Why would they want to be something they're not? And the same goes the other way round. I wish I was more reserved, more quiet. Well, we don't need to try to be something that at our core we are not. There are also omnivert, ambivert. You can look those up in your own time if you wish, but I won't go through those in this session because it becomes too complex. We just need to think about who we are at our core along the scale of introvert to extrovert. This one is a really nice exercise. It's all about what do I like and what makes me smile. So if you could make some notes about whether you have any hobbies, exercise routines that you like to do you like to cook, enjoy getting out in nature, what brings a smile to your face? A nice meal, watching wildlife, stroking a pet, seeing your family. At your core, what motivates you? Am I being authentic? Basically, am I being my true self, or am I being a false version of me? Do I try to fit in? Do I try to please everyone? How important is it to compare and fit into society? So do you have any personas that you use that are unhelpful to you? Now, we all have personas. So we may have a different persona at work as opposed to when we're at home relaxing. or with certain family members, for example. But what we want to do is be the most authentic version of ourselves that we can be. So can you show your emotions, or do you hide them? What makes you, you, an individual? Being humans, we are not perfect. No one is. The amount of people I see who are striving for perfection within themselves. Sometimes it's a good thing because it drives them forward, but other times it's a hindrance because they cannot reach the expectation of perfection themselves, and no one around them can either. So, are you being authentic? Things that can get in the way of us being our authentic self can be shame, guilt, and feelings like that, or the expectations of others. Do you have anything that you want to hide from other people? Whether it be how much you drink, how much you work, what your darkest thoughts are. Shame can create issues within us and anxieties that we do not need. We cannot always be authentic and honest with everybody because we have to be diplomatic as well. However, try to be as authentic as you can and to see any limitations you have in doing so. What have I accomplished? What have you got through in life so far? What tasks have you overcome? What do other people think of you? What are you good at? Accomplishments are not always about our own efforts directly. We may be able to do something completely ourselves, but we may also need to ask for help. So if you can't fix a washing machine, you will automatically try to find a plumber who will call them up, arrange a quote and get your washing machine fixed. That's quite straightforward, and that's very acceptable usually because we cannot fix it ourselves, so we get someone else in. But we're doing this all of the time. We cannot expect ourselves to do every task that we need to in life. Therefore, some things we do directly and other things we need to ask for help, whether it's friends, family or someone from the outside. So think about what you have accomplished. It can be really useful to write these things down in maybe a 5-year block, so you may have finished university, or you may have had a child, or you may have got a new job, for example. Those are the big ones. But what about the small things as well? What things have you gotten through? Finally, we're going to look at what are my expectations of myself and what holds me back. So what are your expectations of yourself? Are you being fair in those expectations, or are they unfair? Are they high? Are they low? Are they somewhere in the middle and balanced? If we expect too much from ourselves and we can't quite reach it, how can we be happy and content with that? We need to just strive to be the best version of ourselves we can. Therefore, if our expectations are balanced, we can be content with that. What holds me back is that last question I'd like to ask you. What holds you back from being the best version of you that you can be? Make a note of those things, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye for now.